What is going on, everybody? We are back with another review, and we're CCW. I'm Nick.
And I'm Joe.
Awkward fucking start. We're talking about Dynamite from November 19th. It's after midnight.
Yes.
I had to think that through. And
Good man.
yeah, it was a show. Let me tell you. Uh, so I actually like the way it started, though I will have my minor complaints with the first couple of segments, but they all kind of share the same complaint. And then
Yeah.
the show slowly starts to get worse for me.
The show was not vibing with me. I think I liked two matches on the card, and the rest of it was kind of rough.
So we're in Boston, which WWE was just in Boston a couple weeks ago.
It was a pretty good sized crowd. The shots where they panned around and stuff.
One
It looked like a full building, so good for them.
one of the YouTubers that I watch that does wrestling stuff, Stash Club Wrestling, they were front row and actually got on camera during one of the intros from the very beginning. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Um, apparently, AEW brought them to the arena. Like they didn't pay for their own tickets.
Yeah, invited them out, huh?
I was like, you lucky bitches. Nah, I'm happy
All
for
right.
them though.
DK, you're here in December. Go ahead and
No,
invite us out.
they're in Fishers. That's a difference.
It's
That's not
it's north.
Indianapolis. That's not
It's
Indianapolis.
just north.
Um, but yeah, they're in Boston, and we've got Excalibur, Brian Danielson, and Tony Schiavone. Uh,
And many different guests.
and so many guests. Oh, one of the
Way,
worst ever
way
later.
too many. Way too many people.
Yeah, there are. So, first match out the gate starts as a winner gets number one spot in the Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal match for the AEW National Championship. And this is Ricochet versus Bobby Lashley. Now, Ricochet at the very beginning grabs a mic, does his normal stuff. He's like, "Fly Eagles fly," because they're in Boston, and he's talking shit. He says the only good thing to come from Boston is his beautiful wife. I might be inclined to agree. Uh,
You're not going to get any arguments out of me either.
he then runs down MVP, says he's gonna, and then basically says he's gonna go on to be the inaugural national champion. At which point I typed in, "Man, Bryce just needs to let Bobby go and get him." And then literally as I finished the sentence, Bobby snatched him up and tossed him over the fucking ropes.
So I was messaging you while I was watching this later. And I was like, why is Ricochet just droning on and nothing happens? And as soon as I hit send is when Bobby went and attacked him then as well. So we were both thinking the exact same thing at the exact same time. Like, why is he just ranting on with no obstruction at all?
I was just like, Bobby, you're 3 times the size of Bryce. Just push him out the fucking way. Because he kept walking towards him, and then Bryce would hold him back. And I'm like, stop. Just move him.
Yeah. Matter of fact, just beat up all the officials outside of Aubrey because they're all terrible anyways.
Bryce,
On that.
Bryce isn't that bad. He wasn't the one that made the mistake.
Their officiating sucks.
It does. It does. Bobby finally does to grab him though, tosses him over the top onto GOA. Ricochet honestly takes the offense for most of the match, but at the very end he goes to do the spirit gun to Bobby. Bobby grabs him mid spirit gun, choke slams him, which is a much better choke slam than a lot of other people that we've seen do choke slams lately, especially Taller Tonga. Um, he then did his spear, got the pin. It was a quick match. It was like 7 minutes once the match actually got going.
It was not good.
I liked
These
it.
two are capable of so much more. This I don't know. I didn't care for it. The right person won, but I don't think Ricochet looked very good in defeat.
I
And Lashley didn't look very good in victory.
I liked it. I thought the exact opposite. I thought they both did what they were supposed to do. Ricochet did all the heel things and was pulling the ref in front of him to, stop from being hurt, and then was using it to get to Bobby Lashley. I thought it was a very well-paced psychological match.
It didn't vibe with me. I think it may have been just too much Ricochet talking at the beginning that just soured me on the entire thing.
And we'll get back to the Ricochet thing because that's a part of my complaint. So then we get a backstage segment. Joe and Shibata are backstage. He basically calls Paige a company man, says Shibata will punish Paige tonight for what he did to Hobbs. And then Shibata actually yelled something in Japanese, which was fun.
Oh, he pulled an Asuka. Nice.
We get another backstage segment where the Bucks are watching the Full Gear package for their match. Renee walks up, asks them if they're going to join the Don Callis family. Callis comes in and is like, this can wait until after the match, and he's, was going to be nice enough to announce Bucks in. Bucks still look absolutely uninterested. When he did announce them, he said that they were from Cucamonga, which is not how it's which is not how it's pronounced.
No, it's Cucamonga.
It's Cucamonga, but he absolutely said Cucamonga, and I laughed. I was like, was that on purpose?
Maybe. Although he is Canadian, so who knows?
That's possible. He might have been thinking Canucks. So then we get the match. It's Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks versus Skyflight, which it was all right.
It was fine. Josh Alexander was being a dick for what was like no reason.
Right, to the Bucks for no reason.
It was weird. Like, this is how you treat the people you are trying to court into your faction?
Right. There seems to be, that's what I wrote. There seem to be issues between Alexander and the Bucks during the match. Bucks end up hitting their tag finisher. Josh pushes them out of the way to get the ankle lock on Dante, and Dante taps out.
Yeah, I get it's supposed to make the Bucks' decision look easier than it actually is and all this and that, but it was a little too much.
Right. So then post-match, Don grabs a mic. All of the family that's there comes to the ring, and they're all standing in the ring. And Don's like, you guys should join the family. Tell them. You know what? That's okay. I know it's probably, a little bit of the nerves, but you guys should go ahead and tell them. And then he was like, you'd hate to have the same thing happen to you that happened to Kenny Omega.
Yeah, he's basically threatening them subtly.
And then Omega comes out, takes pretty much everyone out. Everyone that stuck around out with a steel chair. The Bucks try to get him to stop. That accidentally gets him chop blocked. At which point, Callis wants the Bucks to do the BTE trigger to Kenny. They quote unquote set up to do it, but they definitely
they stalled.
Yeah, they definitely didn't look like they wanted to do it. At which point, Jurassic Express finally came out and chased them off with a snow shovel and a vacuum cleaner. Guys, I don't know. Like
it's real glass. Cry me a river.
The snow shovel is less egregious than the vacuum cleaner. I don't know what Luchasaurus was doing before. Like, I don't know if he was walking out and was like, oh man, I forgot a weapon. Let me grab this janitor's vacuum. I don't.
I don't know. It just.
And I mean, it was a full-on vacuum, guys. I'm not like he didn't grab the little handheld vac that you clean your couch with. No.
No, this was a floor vacuum.
This was a full-on floor vacuum. Might as well have been a Kirby. It wasn't that gaudy. But they all help chase them off. And I was curious how they were going to get them out of joining the family tonight. And it happened as it should. Now, I didn't mind the post-match segment. Here's where I kind of have a problem, though. And it's a mix between this and what happened with the beginning of the Ricochet Bobby Lashley match. It felt like there were a couple of moments where the talking segments drew out just a little too long. It's
almost like they were trying to fill 3 hours.
I didn't mind Ricochet starting off with a mic. I didn't even mind him starting off talking shit to Boston. But like, then he just kind of sits there and like there's nothing going on. And then finally he goes to hand the mic away, pulls it back. He's like, "Oh, I got one more thing to say," and dragged it out another 2 minutes. And then and at that point, that's when I was like, "Man, come on! Like, we've got to get this going on." And then
can we please start the fucking match?
And then the same thing happened post match with the Don Callis situation. Like he just kept egging it on and egging it on and egging it on. And like I get what they're trying to do, but like y'all could wrap this up a lot quicker.
Right. It just seemed not tightly produced.
You could have given somebody else some more wrestling time and saved me 3 to 5 minutes of whatever the fuck I had to deal with people talking.
You could have allowed Bobby Lashley and Ricochet to wrestle longer, because that match didn't do it for me. And I don't know if it was because it was so short, but those two guys could have easily done a few more minutes and it would have been just fine.
So yeah, moving on. We got a backstage segment, the Babes of Wrath with Renee, basically just talking shit about the Sisters of Sin. Rest in peace to Bob Caudle, who I guess passed away this week. I don't really remember Bob Caudle.
It was before our time.
Right. I know Shivani said that he grew up watching...
yeah, Shivani seemed pretty devastated, dude.
Bob Caudle, which just tells me how before our time it was, because I grew up to Shivani, so you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Different generation.
So then we get match 3, where the winner comes out number 2 in the Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal, and exactly what I wanted to happen, happened. So, Speedball Mike Bailey versus Shelton Benjamin. MVP is on commentary, which he's the only special guest commentator tonight that didn't irritate the fuck out of me at some point.
Yeah, he was good. He was the only one that was good. Stop playing with your food.
He's out there touching sorry, I was about to make that really weird. You were like, "Stop playing with your food." I was about to say he's out there touching all on his feet and shit.
Yeah, I don't know where to go with that.
Dude, he put him in the ankle lock and was twisting his toes, and I was like, "What are we doing, Shelton? Stop!" Oh, listen, guys. I really, really, really enjoy Speedball Mike Bailey as an entertainer, as a performer, as a wrestler. I just want him to put on
fucking shoes on.
That's all I want.
I would probably like him if he put shoes on. I just can't get. I don't like any wrestler.
Every time he kicks somebody in the face, all I could think about is somebody putting their nasty ass feet in my face. And I'm just like, no, I would not be okay with wrestling against.
No.
But
it was a good match until the end.
Yeah. So they started off with a handshake, which was cool. You don't see that too often. At which point I was like, "Oh, looks like the Continental Classic starts next week. Dope." They just kind of threw that in there. They're like, "Hey, guess what, guys?
Yeah, guess what? Another fucking tournament. Yay! It's the AEW Lazy Booking Show."
Don't act like the Continental Classic isn't yearly.
I didn't say it wasn't. And normally it's a really good excuse to have a lot of really good matches against a lot of really good wrestlers. But it's another tournament off the back of another tournament.
What tournament did they just get done doing? I mean, I know they're doing the women's tag tournament, but...
Yeah, that's a tournament.
Yeah, that's a tournament that most people don't care about.
Yeah, it's unfucking necessary.
It doesn't bother me. So then... Shelton tossed Speedball like a goddamn ragdoll at one point, which was hilarious. So it was how he got out of the... It was towards the end of the match. He was getting out of the arm bar, and he stood up and just flung Speedball into the air. Great time. And then we get another moment where a ref absolutely fucks up. And it's very reminiscent of the ref that fucked up the
Tiffany Stratton.
The Tiffany Stratton, Jade, and Nia match a few months ago. Like, he goes for the 3 count. On the third one, stops because he says the dude's shoulder is up. You clearly see Speedball didn't move. He's done with the match is over.
So Speedball fucked up. So the finish was obviously a super kick, right?
Which he took.
Which he thought that was the super kick to end the match. Don't know if it was supposed to be or not, but the fucking referee didn't count the pin. So Shelton picks him up, knees him in the face, super kicks him again, and then gets the pin.
Well, no, that wasn't even just it. He picked him up, German suplexed the shit out of him, and then kneed him in the face.
Yeah, so I don't know if Shelton was mad that Speedball didn't kick out.
I don't know. My problem with this whole thing is the ref should have just counted the 3, because all you did was drag it out an extra 30 seconds to get the exact same result. He already took the super kick. Count the 3. Whether it's the end of the match or not, just count the fucking 3.
Right, because it didn't change. It wasn't going to change the outcome. Just count the fucking 3.
And at the end of the day, it was like I said, it was a really good match until the last 35 seconds. And even then,
it was a really good match ruined by that.
We at least got to see him German suplex the shit out of him and then kick him in the face. So
dude, Shelton, when he was that German looked good, that knee looked snug, and and that super kick was pretty good too. But yeah.
Yeah, I was annoyed. I was so bad because I was like, it was such a good match up until that point. Like Shelton was like,
Shelton was clearly pissed.
I'm moving on. I was about to make fun of the whole shoeless thing again. We were gonna make it weird. We're not gonna make it weird. We're gonna move on.
Move on.
Match 4. We get Roderick Strong and Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. Okay, so I want you guys.
This was my match of the night.
I want you guys to understand something. I wrote down Roderick Strong and Orange Cassidy's name, but I seen like 15 people come out when the Death Riders came out, so I initially wrote down Yuta and Garcia's name down because that's who I thought they were wrestling against. And then I went back to typing things for work, and I looked over and seen that it was Claudio and Mox in the ring, and I was like, oh, it's those two this time.
Yeah. I like this match a lot, but I do not care for how stupid the baby faces are. If you're going out there to fight the Death Riders and you're in a giant group like the Death Riders, so you're in the conglomeration and you already know you're going to be outnumbered by 3 damn people, why would you not bring backup to the ring?
I agree. Now, and there's more to it than just that.
Especially when they did run-outs. They did run-outs at the end.
I can understand why 1 or 2 of them didn't go because, Mark Briscoe's dealing with his own shit at the moment. Willow's dealing with her shit at the moment.
Willow didn't have a match on the fucking card.
No, but she was back there with her Wrath babe. Her babe of Wrath.
Yeah, she's back there with Harley, but you're still a part of the conglomeration. I saw you in the video package.
Right. No, she's in the conglomeration, but she was with Harley, so I knew that's why she wasn't going to be out there.
It just seems stupid. It's stupid babyface things where the baby faces just come across as idiots.
I think the reason, because all that really leaves is Kyle, right? So then realistically, why didn't Kyle just go out there? But then if Kyle goes out there, why isn't he wrestling? And
I know. I thought I was getting a Roddy and Kyle versus Mox and Claudio, and I was tickled to death until OC came out, and I was like, well, this is weird.
What they're doing is I think they're trying to push Roddy into wrestling more with the other people so that story-wise he can start to actually finally warm up to them, or at least pretend like he's warming up to them. And I'm pretty sure originally, you're supposed to think of it as Kyle's the one that probably got the most fucked up from the faces. Even though he got the submission at Blood and Guts, he definitely looked like he took the most bullshit. So he's probably wasn't. That's probably why he wasn't wrestling. And they were honestly just setting up for a reason for him to come out, not be winded, and be able to cut that promo. That was actually a really good fucking promo post match.
All he did was scream at Moxley.
Listen, that is the most personalities that dude has shown outside of acting like an absolute buffoon.
I will say I do prefer overly serious Kyle to goofy conglomeration Kyle.
Like full on psycho Kyle, that was actually pretty dope.
Dude, when he had the little ankle lock locked in, and Yuta and Daniel Garcia are kicking him,
and he's just smiling.
He's just fucking keeping the hold on and just fucking laughing at him and stuff. It was great. He was insane.
But basically, he challenges Mox post match after. Oh, actually, before we get too far into that, Death Riders end up winning because of interference by mostly Yuta.
Yeah, Yuta is the reason they won.
Mox was close to tapping at one point, but they end up. It ends up being
Yuta got in the fucking whole ass ring and everything. It was weird.
And like OC ended up getting tossed up in the air and uppercutted, and all that other fun stuff that happens from the Death Riders.
Yeah, the distraction led to OC getting the European uppercut, like you said, and then Mox locked in the Bulldog choke, and he was out cold quick, and the ref called for it.
But yeah, so Psycho Kyle basically said, "Hey John, I want to fight you at Full Gear, no holds barred," and Mox was like,
"You're gonna tap again."
Mox was like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna fucking kill you." Fantastic being able to read some lips. Then we got a backstage segment. Brodito basically said that FTR haven't proven that they can beat Brodito, which I think I didn't need this promo, just like I didn't need the FTR one later, even though I did like the FTR one later, and we'll get to that.
Yeah, the FTR one was fine. This one, to your point, didn't really do anything.
No. We do get a backstage segment that I did really like afterwards, though, which was Kenny Omega basically calls out the Bucks for leaving with the Don Callis family. Said it was personal with Alexander after he broke Kota Ibushi's leg, and then bragged about it. Basically, he's going to beat down the squad. Match 5, AEW Women's Tag Team Championship match. Timeless Love Bombs, which is Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa, versus Wenza and Riho.
Wenza.
It was an okay match.
It was fine. The right people won, which was the Love Bombs.
Yeah, they did. Not much to talk about there. Backstage segment. Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher cut a pretty good face-to-face where Kyle says he looks forward to seeing Mark in the family and he's going to excel being a part of the family. And Mark's like, I'm not leaving my family. But it wasn't like too over the top, which was nice. It was like a legit just back and forth.
Nope. Nothing really happened until Okada came and attacked Briscoe from behind.
Jumped by Okada and Hechicero. Okada, Kyle said, "Thank you for not having
for not agreeing to no physical contact."
And Okada's like, "It's okay. I'm glad to help since Takeshita couldn't be here to do it." And then he goes, "Proto-Okada!" Great time. Great times. Pac had one of the nicest vignettes I've seen on an AEW show in a while.
Yes, serious Pac.
Said he originally promised he was going to break Darby's neck, but instead he sent in a charred corpse. That was a pretty neat little comment. Basically told him, he was like, it's just going to be a regular match. No tasers, no bullshit. He's like, when you don't have all your bells and whistles, you don't have what it takes to beat a performer like me. It was a pretty nice fucking vignette.
It was good. Pac's always been good on the mic.
Yes.
In that persona, and not his little Mighty Mouse persona that WWE called him up from NXT with. But since he's been the bastard or the whatever the WWE version of the Boston was when he was cruiserweight champion. He's been a solid promo guy.
We get match 6, which is Shibata versus Hangman Adam Page, which is actually probably my match of the night.
It was fine.
Minus, listen. If you take Samoa Joe's commentary away, which wasn't terrible, it's definitely not the worst of the night.
I liked him and Danielson kind of arguing.
It'd be like, what's right? One of them at one point was like, "You seem like you're on edge." He's like, "Yeah, I'm on edge. I'm sitting here being bombarded with questions by a couple of idiots."
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't overly bad, but this version of heel Joe is weird.
It is. He's like overly angry for no reason.
Yeah, I usually like a good heel Samoa Joe, but this one's not hitting for me.
The start of the match, Shibata comes in. Hangman blindsides him from, I guess he jumped through the crowd.
Yeah, he jumped the rail and blindsided him.
Started whooping his ass.
Yeah, he was.
I said Joe has the worst headset of the group on because like his voice was so distorted. Man. It was rough.
He was so much louder than the other ones.
Page ends up winning with a buckshot lariat after slipping out of his boot during an ankle lock.
Which I thought I liked that.
Yeah.
And Shibata, for full credit to him, sold it really well. He was like, "What the?" and then just ate it.
Post match, Page grabbed a mic and was like, "Joe, now you're alone. Remember what I did to the last man that I was locked in a cage with, and I have to. I'll do it again."
Yeah, that was the least abrasive Hangman little talking segment. I actually kind of liked it. Usually I'm not big on Hangman with a microphone.
I'm gonna give him props where props is due too. A lot of people come out of a match and have a hard time cutting a promo because they were extremely winded. I thought he handled it really well.
He usually is huffing and puffing, so I don't know what was different this time, but thankfully he wasn't huffing and puffing.
I don't know where my little thing went. That annoys me. I just had it. I dropped it. It clunked, and it's gone. So then we get the stinker of the fucking night. Oh my god. Oh no! I'm sorry. Hold on.
The amount of green that was in the ring.
Hold on. We're not there yet. Backstage segment with FTR.
Oh yeah, this was good. This was fine.
Stoke had basically said that Brodito won't be remembered as a team in 10 years, which he's not wrong. Let's be real.
He's not.
In like 10 years, we're not going to be like, "Oh yeah, Brodito was this epic tag team." No, we're still going to be talking about the FTRs, the LODs, like
the Dudleys,
the Hardys, the Rock and Sock Connection, which shouldn't get near as much love as it does, but it does, and I'll always remember.
It really shouldn't. It was overrated.
But yeah, no, like you're the Rockers, and I mean, there's tons of legendary tag teams, and this is not one of them. Now, it's not to say they're a bad tag team, and they've definitely been good while they've been building up whatever it is that they've been working on building up for the tag division.
No, they're two solid workers who, work well. So it's not like they're bad, but tag team wrestling is tag team wrestling, and these are two singles guys just pushed in a tag team because the original guy's partner got hurt, and this was an excuse to get Bandito on national TV every week.
Yep. And then basically at that point, FTR said they're basically looking to make history. That was pretty much the gist of it. It was a good little segment, though.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all.
Now we could talk about the worst match of the night. Guys.
Just a lot of green workers. It's not great.
It's the last first round match of the women's tag team tournament for the tag titles. And it's Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir versus Ty Mello. And
I will say it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, for me it was 10 times worse. I don't. Ty Mello is just so uncoordinated.
Mm-hmm.
And
She's dangerous, dude.
Both of them. I'm talking about Ty J, not Ty Mello. Ty J as a whole.
Well, Ty Mello is the main dangerous one of the two. Anna Jay looks somewhat under control when she's moving, but Ty Mello's all over the place.
But like Anna Jay tried to do the spot where they both like jump up onto the guardrail to jump off, and like she slipped and fell off, and then had to jump back. Like it was just so. The whole match was just so uncoordinated. And guys, okay, this is the first time you're gonna hear me bitch about this, but there's an addendum as to why I'm bitching about this. People should not wrestle in a way that is in a routine fashion like the Bucks do if you're not good at it. Yeah. And they tried so hard on several occasions to do things in this match where the two people are doing the same thing at both times, and it never worked. It never worked.
No, it just looked like a choreographed mess.
It was just so bad. I cannot, dude. I cannot stand Ty Mello. I also can't really stand Anna Jay. I don't know what it, like, and honestly, I was hoping after the match was over, like Anna Jay was gonna go heel and turn on Ty or something. Like, I don't know. I need Ty off my fucking TV, dude. Like, it has been great with her not being there, and it sucks to be like that. But like, and I know she's got a kid that like he's
to Ring of Honor so she can be with her husband there.
Why?
Be off of the main.
Stuck on our fucking TV too.
Only on Collision.
Which is what this technically was. This was the Collision portion of the night.
Yeah, when they do this, the Collision portion of the night, the Collision portion of the night is always really bad. And this last hour was no exception.
Afterwards, so Shafir and Bane win. Shafir got the Mama's Milk on one of them. I don't remember which one it was.
It was on Anna Jay.
Was it?
Yep.
But post-match, Timeless and Marina basically talked shit and was like, when we win this match that didn't get announced yet until after this was done. She actually, I think it was announced after the last one.
Yeah, it was announced prior to this.
But they were like, yeah, when we win the match, our stipulation's gonna fuck you up or some shit like that.
They're just naming a bunch of nonsensical matches that it could be, because they're all in a 4 corners tag match.
Yeah, there's a 4-way tag match at Full Gear. All 4 teams are the women tag teams that are still in the tournament. Whoever wins of the 4 teams will get to pick the stipulation for the next round for their match specifically.
Mm-hmm.
We get a Statlander Focus vignette, which wasn't a terrible vignette.
No, the vignette was good. I wish that would have been the only Statlander we saw in the entire show, though.
Yeah, you didn't have to deal with it like I did.
I didn't. You're not wrong. It got cut off for me, but what I did see was still bad.
We get another backstage segment, which is the greatest backstage segment in weeks, guys. You don't understand how much and how happy I am that Juice Robinson's back.
Yes. I'll be honest. Like, we've had our matches of the nights and stuff. I laughed out loud at this. This was probably my favorite segment of the whole show.
Every time, it's Austin, because Colton's one injured. Every time Austin would go to say something, Juice would come out of nowhere and be like, $200,000!
He said, you're going to have a pension. He starts talking all these like 401ks and retirement plans and how they're going to be rich if they win the $200,000 match.
Oh, man.
It was
great.
It was just Juice unleashed. It was great.
Juice is an absolute moron, and I love every bit of it. And I don't mean that in a mean way either. His character work is great.
He's just got a different energy to him.
Yeah. I hope they win. I really do.
I think they will.
Now that's a show we're not going to vote on, so it's fine. It's because it's on the pre-show. I don't care about the pre-show.
Yeah, I don't care about the pre-show either. I'll watch it probably, but.
And then we get match 8, which ended up being worse than I thought it was going to be. And at this point, I have my suspicions. Match 8 is a double Jeopardy match, unfortunately, which means whoever wins is getting a shot at the other person's title. Mascara Dorada has the CMLL Trios Championship, and Kazuchika Okada obviously has the Unified Championship. So, one segment that I told you I was going to talk about, there was this amazing missed 450 splash that didn't end with someone rolling through it. It ended with him eating the fucking mat.
Yeah, he did. He ate the apron at one point. He ate the mat. He almost ate it again. Yeah, Dorada was not doing super great.
There was, dude, and it started off rough from the very beginning. Like, he goes to do the thing where he like bounces on the ropes to do the arm drag at the very beginning of the match, and was like having a hard time balancing. He still pulled it off.
He didn't get the spring off the ropes because of where he landed.
Right.
And it was a lot of awkward spots like that, and then him eating various parts of the ring with his face.
And then there's this one part where like Okada goes to superplex him, but he turns it into a brainbuster by accident. And guys, I mean, you could tell it's supposed to be like a suplex or superplex or whatever it was, but like Dorada just didn't get all the way over the way he should, and I actually cringed for a second because I thought he was about to get dropped right on the top of his fucking head.
Yeah, even the referee was like, "Oh fuck." That wasn't supposed to happen like that.
But Dorada popped right the fuck back up afterwards, so he was fine. As far as we know, anyways.
Well, Okada went and picked his ass back up. The referee went over there. Okada just like pushed him out of the way and picked him up, and Dorada just, like you said, sprung right up.
Okada wins with a Rainmaker, and apparently the Don Callis family gets a shot at the CML Trios title at the tailgate party. And then it made me laugh because when he was announcing it, he was like, it's going to be Okada, Hechicero, and then Takeshita. And Okada, his whole face.
His facials, yeah.
It was amazing. It's like the only thing he's good at doing now. He's not happy about it being Takeshita. Now, I wanted to bring this up. I did also put in here that there's something off with this match. And I am curious how much of it has to do with Okada. Because it is really hard for me to look back and think of Okada having really any good matches. I'm not saying they're all terrible. But, like, you hear about all the things that, like, and if you've seen the things that he was capable of doing in, like, New Japan. And we're just not getting that from Okada here, right?
You're getting lazy Okada, as I like to call him.
You're getting extremely lazy Okada. And honestly, as far as Mascara goes, the last 3 to 4 times he's wrestled for AEW, he's actually looked really fucking good.
I think it's just the style. Lucha is not something that Okada has a tremendous amount of
experience with.
Like, yes, he's wrestled Lucha people. Yes, he's been to Mexico, blah, 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 blah. But the matches he's used to are not Lucha style matches.
Right. But there was even this part where, like, Mascara jumps off of the ropes, and he's supposed to jump up onto Okada's shoulders by jumping backwards and just landing on his shoulders.
Oh yeah, and it was weird. He's just stood there and waited.
And like,
because he lost his balance on the second rope too. He kind of slipped.
Right. And something was off between the two of them. Like, they just did not have the chemistry. And then when I heard that they were going to have another match, I was like, oh man, can we not?
Oh man, with a team of Lucha.
At least Takeshita will be there to carry it. Because I'm not excited for Hechicero either. So then we get a fun little backstage segment for me. Joe probably didn't like it, but that's fine. Sisters of Sin being all creepy.
It was fine. It just was awkward because Renee was so much bigger than both of them. I was like, damn, is Renee standing on like a platform while they're just standing below her? But no, it's just she's that much bigger than they are.
And then it didn't help that they're shorter and better talking team member walked into frame.
Yep, and kind of hugged them and put her head in between them and actually spoke words that
made sense,
mattered. Yeah,
she was like, "Yeah, when the sisters win this Saturday, they're gonna do some sick, toxic shit for their match." I was like, "That was fun." I like Tekla. They need to just let her loose.
I do too. I don't understand why she's there with them.
And then we have match 9, which is the end of the night, which actually wasn't a bad match at all. So it's Mercedes Moné versus Red Velvet to unify the Ring of Honor Women's TV titles.
Like anybody gives a shit.
Red Velvet was the Ring of Honor Women's TV champion. She got hurt. They did an interim championship until Red Velvet could come back. So now they're doing.
Now it's reunified.
It's reunified. Red Velvet. Oh my God, guys! Okay. So the worst part of this entire match is, so Statlander comes out at the very beginning, and she's gonna commentate. And anytime she comes out to commentate, I'm always like, "Oh, cool, we're gonna get Stat." And then like 30 seconds into her commentating, I'm like, "Oh, fuck," because it's like she drones, man. She's not interesting. Like she doesn't have good vocal inflection. She doesn't really get into the things she's talking about. Like she's sitting there and she's like, "Yeah, I'm just sitting here studying Monet wrestle so that I can know all of her moves. Like if you've noticed, I've chosen to not wrestle a whole lot and let the tag team division, have their time to shine. And I've just been developing and getting more book and more watching of Monet so that I know how to get out of all of her moves and how to do everything. And she's not going to be able to know what to do to get out." And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. At some point, just shut the fuck up. Like, she just talks and doesn't stop.
And she has nothing interesting to say.
I prefer Shivani.
Ooh. Yeah, because at least Shivani's just repeating something that may have been interesting at some point.
He also breathes.
Yeah, true.
She doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep parading her out there. Like you'd think this is something the whole point is to raise awareness to the things that they do well and to hide the things that they don't do well, while they work on those things until they're actually at good enough levels to put on TV.
Yeah, she's never been a good talker, though.
No, she has not. But the pre-tape segment was awesome.
Yeah.
The little vignette was pretty good. I want to like her as champion because she can work. Her work is pretty good. But her presentation with her talking and stuff, it's weighing her down. It's making me care less and less about her reign.
So, at one point during the match, Red Velvet tried to do the pretend to get hit with the title Eddie spot. Which, to be fair, if it hasn't been done like the 15 other times on WWE's side, it probably would have been really funny.
Yeah, but Dom has been doing it like week after week after week. It looks like they're parodying their competition.
Well, and I know why they did it, because Monet has attributed her love for wrestling strictly to Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, I get it too, but Eddie's actual son is on the other show.
Right.
It's not really his son,
but yeah, Mercedes ends up winning with, you didn't get to see this, it was an avalanche lung blower that looked like it probably hurt.
Yeah, it looked I looked it up. It looked more like a tombstone.
That's what we thought it was gonna be. She fell back as she went down, and it was her lung blower move. I'm not a fan of that move overall, but at least it's not the terrible, terrible, terrible finisher that is whatever the name of that move is.
No, the one where she hooks their arms behind her and then floats them over into a DDT.
What's supposed to be a DDT, and it always just looks like a flapjack. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, it just looks like they trip while they're turning around her and fall on their face. The bank statement works. It's good. She can do it to everybody. Why she's 120 pounds and thinks she needs a pickup move. I don't understand.
Post-match, Mercedes is standing on top of the announce table. Stat is standing on the floor, which earlier in the match, Mercedes launched Red Velvet into Stat.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sitting there, and Mercedes is taunting on the table. She's hitting her control stick. And then...
hitting her control stick.
And then Stat does it as well. She hits her control stick, and they're both like holding their titles up. And then all of a sudden, Mercedes does the Meteora off of the table onto Stat on the outside of the ring. Mercedes continues to beat on her. Takes the Women's World Championship title, goes in the ring with it, and holds it up while holding up the Ring of Honor TV title. And then Stat goes to try to get the title back. The ref tells her to fucking bounce. At which point, Stat picks up Red Velvet and carries her backstage.
Way to neuter your baby face.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't let her get her title back. That's a little weird to me, first and foremost. Second off, I don't mind how post-match, how most of it happened. I actually thought it was pretty cool. Like, it did feel almost out of nowhere because they were both, like, taunting and throwing their belts up in each other's face. Well, Stat was throwing it up into her crotch, but you know what I'm saying. They're both taunting towards each other. And I did think it was pretty cool to just see her do the Meteora out of nowhere during all of the taunting. But at least let her finish beating the fuck out of her or something. Make it actually look like the jumping helped with something. And not just make your baby face look like a bitch.
Yep.
Over and above...
Not a good show for the baby faces.
No, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. Per the norm, AEW threw a very mid to mediocre go-home show. They always do. Every show...
Their go-home shows and their shows right after a big event are like their worst booked shows. I don't understand it.
I don't... Like, you're supposed to get people excited for the pay-per-view. And don't get me wrong, there were some cool parts that actually happened tonight on, like, most of the go-home shows. But even still, as a whole, this go-home show was not what it should have been.
Nope.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's definitely not the worst Dynamite we've seen in the last 2 months. But...
No.
it just wasn't all that great. Now...
And it was 3 hours, just like needlessly 3 hours for some reason.
For those of you that didn't know, while I get my next thing ready, if you have not watched, Tony Khan did an interview with Ariel Helwani, however you pronounce it.
You had it right. That's pretty good.
And it was actually a really good interview.
Well, it has to be better than the first one he did with him. That was awful.
Oh, dude, he answered like all the fucking questions. Like, he didn't skirt around it.
Well, I hope so, because the first time he didn't answer any of the questions.
Oh, I know. But yeah, it ended up being a really, really good interview. If any of you have a chance to watch it, it's only like an hour and 10, 15 minutes. It might be like an hour and 20.
Yeah, the Punk stuff he said, Tony's answers to that was stupid.
But yeah. I don't know. I thought he was right. Whether he was stupid or not, he was right. Showing the video got a lot of views.
It proved Punk's point, though. It made Punk look a lot better than it made them look.
I agree from what I've seen from the public opinion. I disagree from what I watched. I think Punk looked like an absolute bitch for being involved in the way he was. I always have. He should have never swung at dude.
He didn't swing at him.
Yeah. Oh.
He pushed him, and then he put him in a front face lock.
So whatever. He should have never done any of that.
Yeah, he didn't swing it. Well, he confronted a dude who said some stupid shit, and he confronted him. And then it got to where it got.
I get it. You're a CM Punk sympathizer. We're good. We could keep it rolling. He's a bitch.
No, it could have been, if it would have been Kenny Omega, I would have defended Kenny Omega.
He should have not approached him right then and there. He should have waited.
I mean, he was in their gorilla to go out next, so they were going to be occupying similar space.
Right. But as the person that's supposed to be, the veteran in the company?
Well, the person who's supposed to be the boss should have fucking snapped that should have stopped that shit weeks before it escalated to anywhere near this.
That I do agree with, and I've never not agreed with that. But Punk should have also known his place and not stepped up in someone else's face when it wasn't his place to.
He felt it was because he was supposed to be this locker room leader, which I disagree with in general anyways. You're a bunch of grown-ass men. Doesn't nobody need to be a locker room leader? You're all there to make money.
Yeah, none of you are Undertaker.
I don't even like the idea of Undertaker being this locker room leader.
The judge of the wrestler court.
Because
to be fair,
all that was a bunch of bullshit
from all the stories anyways, the first time they did it was as a joke, and it became a thing that people stuck with. But that's a whole nother thing. I finally have my list up, full gear.
You finally have your list up.
My list of matches. It's time to pick.
Let's do it.
We've got the 4-way tag match. The Sisters of Sin versus Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir versus Babes of Wrath versus Timeless Love Bombs. Keep in mind the next two matches for the women's tag team tournament are supposed to be the Sisters of Sin versus the Babes of Wrath, and then Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir versus the Timeless Love Bombs.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, the winner of this match picks the stipulation for their match. I actually think the Sisters of Sin are going to win.
I hate to agree with you, but I agree with you. I think Tekla gets them the win.
But I also feel like story-wise, they're the ones that need the win because they are going to end up not just winning that match. I think they will win to go up against...
The whole thing?
No. I don't think they're going to win the whole thing. But I do think they're going to win to go up against the Timeless Love Bombs in the finals. Because I'm pretty sure the Timeless Love Bombs are going to be the first tag team champions. And they're going to go through the people that held her down and forced her to watch her lover
Mina get beat up in the cage.
Yep.
I know they... See, now you got me thinking maybe that's why they win and actually get like a crazy stipulation match against Bane and them, and that's how they beat Bane and them, and then the Sisters of Sin take advantage of them being beat up the next week or whatever. But
right.
I'll stick with my original thing.
Next up, No Holds Barred, Kyle O'Reilly, Jon Moxley. Who you got?
I got Moxley because of the Death Riders. Because I think baby faces are too stupid to bring back up. As much as I want Kyle to win, I just don't. I think Moxley is losing ends now.
I think Kyle O'Reilly wins.
Yeah. I hope you're right.
I think we are about to see John Moxley get excommunicated. Finally.
Excommunicado.
Yeah, this one's actually a tough one.
They're all tough. It's gonna be the Briscoe match next, ain't it?
No.
Oh,
Pac or
that's the
Darby
one I'm
Allin?
struggling with. I got
Darbs.
I got Pac in a normal match. If it's a normal match, I think this is the start of a series of matches. I think if it's an actual wrestling match, I got Pac.
See that? All right. The $1 million money match. The Young Bucks and Josh Alexander versus Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega. This one I got to think on for a second. Because, listen, I could absolutely see the Bucks turning on Josh Alexander and Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega winning. I can also see all of this being an act and the Young Bucks actually joining the Don Callis family.
I agree.
It's a rough, you don't know what they're going to do here.
I think the obvious thing is they help Kenny. So I'm going to go with them joining the family.
So you think the Bucks are going to join the family?
Yep, I think they're going to win. I think there's going to be a spot where it looks like they're going to help Kenny, and I think they're going to beat him down instead.
Young Bucks and Josh. It's a hard one, dude, because I could see them putting the Elite back together too, though.
I can too, but it looks so obvious. I'm thinking it's a red herring. Because then what do you do? Do you have the Bucks and the Jurassic Express and Kenny then take out the entirety of the Don Callis family? And if that's the case, what do you do with the entire ass Don Callis family?
So, I don't think the Don Callis family as a whole is going to go anywhere, right? They'll be there for a while. I think we'll see the end of the Death Riders before we see the end of the Don Callis family.
We can sure hope so.
I can absolutely see Takeshita leaving.
Oh, he pretty much is gone. He's got one foot out the door anyways.
So... And I think they're going to have their actual breakdown on the pre-show.
Oh, agreed. It's going to be what cost them the trios titles that I don't want to see anybody from AEW win anyways, because I don't want CMLL titles on fucking Dynamite or Collision.
I'm going to pick... Jurassic Express and Kenny.
Okay.
That's such a hard one. That's the hardest match for me of the night. I don't know. Because then we got
Briscoe
Kyle Fletcher and
Kyle
Mark
Fletcher.
Briscoe's next.
I have no fucking idea who's winning that match.
Because we've talked about this one a lot already, right?
For several weeks.
Because, again, it comes down to Mark Briscoe could join and be irritating.
Book Mark Briscoe. But I don't want to see Fletcher's title reign end to Mark Briscoe.
Yeah,
But I also don't see anyone else who I want to have that belt. Not that I want Briscoe to have it, but I don't see any real challenge to Fletcher.
Oh.
Cropping up anytime soon.
Oh, dude.
There's no Ospreys or anything.
You don't need Ospreys or anything. You've got Shelton Benjamin. You've got Bobby Lashley. You've got...
Yeah, but they've not been anywhere near that.
You've got Will Hobbs.
I don't want to see Will Hobbs beat Fletcher.
There's tons of people. I've gotten... Dude, I absolutely could care less if he loses it to goddamn Bandito.
I would rather Kyle Fletcher win it. Or Roddy.
You mean Roderick Strong?
I said Roddy.
Or Kyle O'Reilly?
What did I say?
You said Kyle Fletcher, and I'm trying to figure out how he beats himself.
Oh, well, I'm sure he does that too. Yeah, the other Kyle.
Listen, between toes and stuff, look, we gotta stop making this weird.
Yeah, I would rather see Fletcher lose to O'Reilly or Roddy or.
All I'm saying
who else is a baby face?
There's tons of people he could lose it to. I just
sure.
And Mark,
but
here's the thing.
This feud's at its peak, so it's gotta.
I'm picking Mark to win, and there's a reason. I don't think they're gonna keep him AEW singles titleless long or much longer at all. Anyways, even if he loses here, he's gonna get stuck in an actual title picture somewhere. Like,
yeah, they value him a little too much.
He's absolutely loved, which obviously stems probably more from his brother's passing than anything.
Well, I mean, he's a professional. I mean, he's a good dude.
Wrestler.
Like the people like him. I mean, it's I don't have. He is the lesser talented Briscoe, but that doesn't mean that's a bad thing, right? That's not really a slap in the face. His brother was immensely talented, and as a tag team, they were fucking phenomenal. But like overall presentation with his promo ability and things like that, he doesn't do it for me. But it has nothing to do with his ability in the ring.
Right. Trying to think. But yeah.
But like to your point, like I don't see where this feud goes with him not winning. So I think like the conclusion you've come to, he's got to win, right? Like, cause like, where does this go otherwise?
Right.
Him joining the family and getting lost in the shuffle, or maybe like we've discussed before, he just starts costing them wins because he's quote unquote trying to be helpful and it's not working.
It would be funny. Listen, if I'm wrong about my pick, I hope that's where they go with it.
Yeah, it could be funny. But yeah, I think it keeps him and Kyle evened up because Kyle's only one win above him now. It's what, 3-2?
Right.
I think this makes it even again, and hopefully Kyle just moves on and we don't have to see a 7th match.
At least anytime soon.
Right.
All right. Who do you think is going to be the inaugural AEW National Champion? So, I like what they did here. They put
Shelton and
Bobby up against each other to start it off because they've got respect for each other, but they've got no problem fighting each other if they need to.
Sure, and they're literally not going to. One of them's not going to beat the other in a short enough time for the other participants to not get to the ring.
I'm just going to say it. I think Ricochet wins.
I hate to agree with you, but I think that's what they've been setting up this entire time. And I think Goa helps them.
Yeah.
And actually, I think he pinned Shelton.
I could see that. I also am going to put, I think FTR beats Brody King and Bandito, and I think that...
Agreed.
Right after the match, Cope and Christian come
Edge and
back.
Christian, yep. Mm-hmm.
What was that? And now, I think both faces win their World Championship match. I think Chris wins. And the reason I think Chris wins is I don't think Mercedes is going to win the world title till she loses all the others.
I think that would be smart because then your world title just gets lost in a sea of other titles.
Right.
I think eventually Monet is going to go babyface, and that is when she's going to win the title.
I can see that as well.
So.
But you got her
I agree.
Winning tonight, or Chris winning?
Yeah, stat wins, and of course,
Page.
Hangman wins.
We have 1,
3 or 4?
2, 3 different. So we'll at least definitely have a winner.
Somebody will be a winner. Somebody will be a winner.
Unless one of them's a draw.
I sure hope not. Draws are pretty rare, especially on pay-per-view. It's kind of a cowardice booking choice on a pay-per-view.
And now for the last thing. So, we have decided that we are no longer going to cover SmackDown, guys. Yeah. And there's a reason. There's other things that we want to do that aren't just talking about the shows that are currently going on. SmackDown has also just not been very interesting. Let's be real.
It's not interesting. We hate watching it. You guys don't like listening to us talk about it.
It's not a fun show. So in its place, we are going to do some alternating weeks of like top 10s and covering old wrestling pay-per-views. Now, that's for Fridays that we don't already have something in place. So like next Friday we're going to have our WWE Pick'em show for
War Games.
Yeah, that stupid fucking pay-per-view. And then and then I think it's going to be the Friday after that we'll cover our first non-current pay-per-view, which gives us 2 weeks to watch it.
Have you already determined what it is? Have you already hit the randomizer?
I haven't, actually. And you know what makes that great? For those of you that are watching, I've got it on the screen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Now I just got to find out which screen had it. All right. So I'm going to spin the thing, and it's going to tell us what we're watching. Let me shuffle it up a couple times.
Are you going to share the screen?
I wonder if I can while I'm recording. I should be able to. I think so. Hold on. There's a Joe. Let me share my screen. Let me share the screen. Let me know if you can see it. You can see it. Look at that.
I can.
Look at that crazy. Like, you can't even read the wheel because there's so... Guys, there are 1,329 shows, and this is spread between WCW, WWE, ECW, TNA, Ring of Honor, AEW. I think there are a couple of AAA shows in there that are more WWE AAA than anything. So yeah, we're gonna push the button. Push the button. Look, it's struggling because there are so many damn. It is mad at me. WWE Hell in a Cell 17 is going to be the first one we talk about. That's a bummer. It's a more newer one than anything.
Well, it's pre-pandemic at least.
So WWE Hell in a Cell 17 was... Oh my god! It was the Shane and... I remember this match. Man, this is going to be interesting for us to talk about. So this has got... just get down to the matches. Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. Ooh, wrestling the Hype Bros.
Oh god, Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder. Oh my goodness.
The Usos versus the New Day.
Nice.
Randy Orton versus Rusev. Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles and Ty Dillinger.
Oh god, a Ty Dillinger.
Charlotte versus Natalya.
Ooh.
Jinder, who was the WWE champion at the time.
Oh, against Nakamura. Oh, that's a stinker, man. That is a stinker of a match.
Bobby Roode, who has one of my top 10 favorite wrestling theme songs of all time, versus Dolph Ziggler.
Glorious. That'll be a good match.
And then Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon, which is also mess.
Man, that is kind of a stinker of a show, but that'll be fun to watch.
Listen, this was before they went down to only having 5 matches. I'm excited.
Nice.
So yeah, Hell in a Cell 2017 will be the first thing that we cover. That'll be in Detroit, Little Caesars Arena.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what our format for this is going to be yet. I don't know if we're going to give star ratings to things. I don't know if I want to give star ratings. I feel like that's kind of meh.
It's been done to death, too.
We could try and figure out something else that's not star ratings. We can give it like thumbs up or some shit. I don't know. But yeah,
we'll figure it out. We'll since we've got some time, we'll brainstorm.
But yeah, guys, that is going to do it.
Yeah, the USA Network really pushed us out of the SmackDown game there. 3 hours for that show is too damn long.
Yeah. Well, what we'll probably do for the pay-per-views is just go a little bit more in-depth with information than we normally do. Like, I'm not talking about, like, play-by-play for the matches, but, like, talk about the storylines that were built up around what was going on.
Right, and if something cool happens, we can always mention it on the Raw review before we start getting into Raw.
No, I was talking about on the pay-per-view.
Oh, you're talking about the pay-per-views we're watching.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. Like, this is what was going on during that time, and this is why they're in this. This is why they're in this stipulation.
Which thankfully they do video packages for. That's something WWE's always done. And do you want to feel old?
Yeah, because they know they have a lot of casual fans that hop in and out. That's why I wish AEW would do more video packages like that instead of some of these awkward ass backstage segments.
Do you want to feel old?
No, but go ahead anyways, because I do anyways every day regardless.
Did you know that the WWE has been the WWE longer than they were the WWF?
Give me a minute. I'm processing that on my dial-up brain, and I don't like that at all. I don't care for that at all.
Like, I remember when they got the F out, and like...
yeah, when that koala bear, or no, it's a panda. That's the World Wild.
Was giving people chair shots.
Yeah, that panda came in and wrecked some shit. But it did set up a nice little marketing plan for the Get the F Out t-shirts and stuff, which are iconic, and I still remember.
Yeah, me too. I always wanted one, but my parents wouldn't get me one.
Yeah, well, it's because we were kids then, and they didn't want us walking around with shirts that said "Get the F out."
Listen, I had a shirt that said "Make 7 up yours." All right, I don't think. Get the F out. I remember that shirt.
I remember that shirt.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, guys. This was a SmackDown pay-per-view. This was when they were still doing...
Oh, the branding. Well, that would explain why it's so awful. Because even then, SmackDown was the lesser show.
Oof. All right, guys.
God, a Jinder Mahal champion pay-per-view.
Dude, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a blast.
We are. We're going to rip it to shreds if it needs to be ripped to shreds.
You're going to have to resub to Peacock, though. Or we're going to have to find a time to watch it together, because I've still got Peacock.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But, all right, guys. That is going to do it. Thank y'all for hanging out, and we will talk with you next time. Deuces!
Later.